Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they is, right? As you can tell by that motherfucking thumbnail right there, you know what it is, right? We about to get it in real life, real talk right here on Gunner's Profiles. What it isn't, it ain't, and it ain't never gonna be, is added preservatives, frivolous talk, bullshit, fake stories. Que no lacra. You started it, I will end it. Now trip out, or you can just wave the white flag and send, and we're good. Then we go our separate ways, and Sabbath getting no, I won't fuck you. Trip out. As you can tell by that thumbnail, quick update. Boxer Enriquez. Orale boxer, right? What's he doing right now? Where's he at? Where's Waldo? Right? Now, anyone on planet Earth that doesn't know who Boxer Enriquez is, he was a high-ranking member of a certain organization, man, that we're not even going to put out there. Everybody knows. And, you know, through his career, he did a lot of twists and turns, man. Caught bodies on behalf of himself as well as the people who he ran with. And was a very cutthroat and dangerous and treacherous individual. Okay? Now, there have been a lot, and I mean a lot of discrepancies in a lot of his stories. And a lot of people always like to utilize his name or speak his name for one reason or another. Now, of course, years back, he became very notoriously known because he actually was one of the highest ranking members to defect from this said organization. Now, at the same time, this is a very respected organization within the Chicano Mexicano raza realm. Okay, they are a group that you know everybody knows but doesn't, and that's just the way that goes, right? But he was a revered individual within this group. He was a very highly intelligent individual that is very outspoken, very charismatic, a high IQ level, someone who knows how to play them cards and play the game, right? Now, somewhere along the lines, he became disenchanted or disenfranchised with his group, and for one reason or another decided to defect. Now, I can't hate on him. Everybody has a different path in life. Everybody decides to do what they does, because now at the same times, how you do it as a man is totally up to you. You know, when you're part of a gang or a group and you're dedicated your cora, you've dedicated your life to that organization or that said group, homes, whether it be in or out of prison, a gang, a fucking club, whatever it may be, you're in for a penny, it's in for the pound. So you got pounds, so allegedly. Anyways, you're in, okay? It's up to you how your career path is going to go. Now, this guy had a very upstanding career path. There was, of course, murmurs and questionable things, you know, people saying that he had an R on his jacket, people saying that he was able to get by in certain situations. Now, I've never seen paperwork, so I don't know that to be the case. I do know that if that's righteous, man, he was lucky not to be discovered because he wouldn't have had a head, right? He'd have been like a Raider shield, all head, no body. But at the same time, he was able to do what he does. When he decided to defect as a man, defect from this said group, he knew what he signed up for. He knew it was blood in, sangre out, right? Blood in, blood out. So his time may or may not have came. Okay, one thing I will tell you is it will come one day. Whether it's on his own accord or it's by someone else's hand, the day will come. We all have that day with destiny, you know? But when you're from a group and you're full-fledged, Holmes, and you've already sacrificed so much, what are the benefits of walking away? Now, the benefits of walking away as a man are for self-peace, inner peace. You know, maybe familia has motivated you to go that route. Maybe you're just fucking tired, Holmes. You're just tired of the lockdown situations, tired of the politics, the propaganda, whatever the case may be. You're just tired, right? And there are those that strive, that are not tired, Holmes, that don't get weary, that don't fall off, that continue that existence, right? And I'm not going to sit here and poison you and say, oh, it's a meager existence. It's not worth it. It's not none of that, Holmes. Hey, to each man his own, Holmes. What's good for the goose sometimes is good for the gander. Sometimes what's good for the goose, always good the goose lays the golden egg. It ain't all that good for the gander, right? Anyways, he gandered on over to the federal government and started to work with the feds and to flip on his group. Now, that's where we differ. That's where I have a problem, Box. That's where it's an ugly situation. When I say Boxer Enriquez, Holmes, I'm talking about Boxer Enriquez. You see him on the thumbnail, right? Don't get it misconstrued and think I'm talking about Big Box, you know, from Paradigm Media News. Shout out to respects to the brother, right? Nah, it has nothing to do with him. This is a whole different boxer. Everyone knows who he is, Boxer Enriquez. So this man decided to work with the federal government, decided to start giving up secrets and an elaborate scheme and elaborate details into a lot of the things that he had actually written up, a lot of the things that he had implemented. And, like I said, he was on the highest level. This was probably one of the biggest defections since Sammy the Bull and Mundo from the same organization. Someone of this caliber just doesn't fall off. These are not the type of guys to fucking sign up one day and say, okay, wait, can I cut my name out? I signed in the wrong spot. Nah, fuck it. When you're in, that's it, right? But Boxer decided to defect, and we all know that story. He went down that path of debriefing. It first hit YouTube a few years ago when he used the inaugural ways of talking carnival talk. And people were tripping out on how highly intelligent this individual was. People were like, "Serio? This is a convict?" Oh, indubitably. Hey, here's a newsflash. He's one of the dumb ones. There's actually people that are even more intelligent, right? That know how to fly under the radar, know how to do time. That's it. Anyways, this guy felt like if for no other reason he should defect, he should step back and do his thing. And now he's in a precarious situation. See, I know how to use words too. Watch out, precarious. Spell it. I can't, but I know how to use it. I think I know how to use it. I used it. Anyways, in a precarious situation that he finds himself in, here's an update. What's going on? See, I have friends that are in contact with other friends. People that I chop it up with daily. They're not giving me information. I'm not giving them information. We're not fucking on that tip, homes. There's no conspiracy theory here. We just chop it up like homeboys. Hey, what's going on tonight? Fool, you going to the club or what? So I was getting, that was a badass bitch the other night. You see that fucking mom she gave me? No, I wasn't watching, but I don't get down like that. You know what porn is? Yeah, but you're not a porn star, but it's like, I could be on. I could be on. Nah, you're not. Regular lightweight fucking carnival talk conversation, right? And this Vato says, hey, the conversation came up between three of us. We're having a three-way call. Me and I went Pinky, three-way, right? We're having a three-way call, and he's like, hey, where do you think about the boxers nowadays? And the other guy says, well, I know exactly where he's at. I said, well, tell me. Inquire me, and they said, you got a YouTube channel. You're going to put it out there. I said, nah, I don't do that shit. I'm not a fucking hyena. I'm not with the cheese man, right? He said, nah, you motherfucker, it's too hot to handle and too cold to hold, right? Anyways, this guy's in a position to know not necessarily the exact spot where this guy's at, but kind of the area that he would be in, right? Now, I would never throw that out there because it's not for me to put anyone in a dangerous situation or bring danger to someone's doorstep. A lot of the things that this guy done or did, I don't agree with. Speaking on boxer Enriquez. And I don't agree with it from a standpoint of, I know he intends to help people, but I think it was more so to help himself. Okay, the update is he's alive and well. He's actually working. He has actually found a job and he is working. He's becoming accustomed to society. He is reacclimated into society. He's working in a different capacity though than a regular job. He's doing a few other things that I can't speak on, right? But let's just say that he is alive and well and not living anywhere near us. Or is he? One never knows, does one. The West Coast, the best coast, baby. You feel me? But I will say this though, the Vato is doing his thing. He's reacclimating himself. Now, the same Vato I talked to, I said, what do you think about him starting a YouTube channel and doing something like that? You think he would put himself out there? And I've heard that he's actually going to give a few interviews to a few people. But at the same time, it's not his intention to go that route. He wants to stay low-key and out the way. Okay, these are facts, homes. Someone told me this. These are fucking facts. I'm not just sitting here making stories. Hey, guess what? I need views. Fuck views, right? I get them when I got them. I can sit on the toilet and take a mierda, homes, and get views. That's not what I'm all about. I'm all about bringing you the Hood 101 news updates. And, of course, pushing my motherfucking movement, which is the brown people. I'm speaking of the white guys and the blacks. I got love. Got a little hangover. Spencer. I was getting my mom last night. Spencer, lacra. I know you don't like it. Look. Anyway, so the homie told me that's pretty much what he's on right now. I said, damn, Holmes, you know everything, huh? He said, I'm the Wizard of Oz. I said, well, I pay no attention to the man behind the curtain because half the shit you tell me is fake anyway. He says, shit, what's fake to you is real to me, right? But I know this guy to be honest and real and factual and actual, right? We just bullshit. So that's the update with Box. You know what I mean? He's actually reacclimating himself. And what do you expect? Someone who's done decade upon decade, giving decades piggyback rights, playing chicken fights in the pool, it takes time. You're institutionalized. Anyone who's ever been incarcerated is institutionalized for the most part if you've done an extensive amount of time. You might think you're not, but little things you do. Let me tell you about my jefito, okay? When my jefito passed away, he lived in Monterey with my tia, his sister, okay? My jefito was, me and my primo were talking about it the other day, my little primo, right? My prima's son. This motherfucker, he said, your motherfucking dad was so institutionalized. That fool still had a hot pot. He had he scanned this motherfucker, didn't leave a cellies, nothing, right? He still had his clear TV. The Vato had a fucking microwave in his fucking cell, right, in his room. He had all the Zuzus and went. He said, I swear to God, that motherfucker was still ordering from Walking Horse. He said that fool had a package coming. He said he wouldn't even come out of his room unless Tia said, chow time. Straight up. That's institutionalized. That's it. My dad had just got done doing 13 years. He had done 100 years on the life installment plan, right? But he had did the last 13 years. He got out for like maybe 2 years before he passed of leukemia, right? Spence on la tira, happens. We didn't have a very close relationship, but we did have a relationship. I knew who my father was. He knew who I was, and that was the wiggle. But at the same time, I respected him because he brought me into the world. I said, but he wasn't going to take me out. Only moms can do that. You already know how that goes, right? But trip out, so he was very institutionalized. So I, thinking in them circumstances and them type of individuals that have did time since the 60s, 70s, 80s, I can only imagine how Boxer is right now. Wherever they put him at, because he's in the witness protection program, bro. He's hiding out. You know, he's out the way. He don't want that smoke. He knows better, so he's going to try to do better, right? The Vato's probably working at fucking Food for Less, that's it. You know what I mean? Winco Foods, that's it, trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Trying to make $1 out of 15.5 cents they give him. He needs to stay out the way because sometimes when you're institutionalized, bro, it starts to mess with your head and you want to go out there and you want to breathe in the world. And someone in his circumstances, someone as notorious and notoriety that he has, can't do that. Imagine living like that. It's an unfortunate situation. You can't leave your home without the wiggle. Now, I understand in this world we live in, everybody needs to keep their shit on swivelization. They'll take your shit. In fact, let me tuck it before I say fuck it, right? That's just the way it is. But in his situation, he's put himself in a very bad state. So, you know, one can only wonder. Now, I do know this, like I said, and I'll reiterate it real quick. My homeboy told me that he is actually working. He is getting reacclimated into life, and he does intend to do a couple interviews on YouTube eventually. When and where, I can't call it like an alcoholic. People say, Gunner, would you bring Boxer Enriquez on your channel to do an interview? Okay, that's the question everyone has asked me. Would you bring him on Gunner's Profiles or Gunner's Collective? Bang, bang, GC, baby. You know, say with your chest on power. Would you bring him on Gunner's Collective? And ask him some questions. And here's my fucking answer. Righteously. Chale. Here's why. I don't care if he done told or what he did. That's that man's business, homes. But if for some reason, if for no other reason, he has that R on his jaqueta, if he fucking did something bad to a young woman or kid against their will, homes, I will never, ever, ever condone that shit on my channel. I've spoken on that before. SPM, Bella puto, R. Kelly, I believe you can fly. Orale, get the fuck out of here, you know what I mean? ¿Sabes qué? I don't give a fuck who you are. If you did weird stuff, homes, you're not going to do weird stuff. I'm weird enough for the both of us. I'm a J-Cat. You know, I don't need no fucking weirdo crimes and all that weird shit over here. Okay, so no, I would not provide a platform. It's not that serious. I know it would do 1 million views. I know people would want to see it. Everybody would be tuned in. Orale, look, he got the fucking snitch. Boxer Enriquez on the channel. Orale, Gunner's got connections. And I could possibly get him on my channel, but fuck him and the motherfucking R charge he wrote in on. I don't get down. Okay, Spence on la tira. Now, if I'm wrong and he doesn't have these charges, okay, man, you're more than welcome, brother. Say what you gotta say, but say it fast and get the fuck on, right? I actually don't want to provide a platform for this guy, man, because he's spoken on some of the highest ranking members of an organization, and he's put them in bad situations. Got people indicted, got people, fucked off, and I just, I'd rather stay away from that. I've went that route before. I'd just rather stay away from that. That's not for me, man. I respect a lot of people that don't expect to be respected by me, but I do. And that's just not my get down. I'm not here to pull people's covers. I'm not here to put people on blast. I'm here to keep it real. And I'm here to push the brown movement and to unite people. And that's it. So would I put Boxer Enriquez on here? Fuck no. You know what I mean? Vale verga. Straight up. And in that fashion, whether you're Chicano or Honduran, I don't give a fuck. It's say, verga. You know what I mean? You get nothing. And I thought you do it. Well, you know how they're going to do it. Now, so that's the update, man, with Box. I don't want to fucking keep too much of you guys, hold you guys down for your time. But at the end of the day, in a menudo style, stay tuned if you're really interested in that individual and to hear what he has to say. He's highly intelligent. Like I said, I'll tune into whatever platform he goes to. He will be coming very soon to YouTube to speak his piece. I don't know what more he can say. He told, and now he's hiding. And that's it. End of story. Blood in, it's about to be blood out. And he needs to stay out the way. I think if I was in his position, where people fucking really wanted my head. I mean, there are people that don't like me, right? But I know how to wiggle, right? But in his case, I mean, actual factual, I would stay the fuck out the way, man. Go work in Alaska, Holmes. Dress warm. Go do what you does, cause you don't need to continue to be that man, Holmes. Being that man got you in a small ass cell, Holmes, eating a sopita and jacking off to the wall, right? Now it's time to go live your life, Holmes. That's what you wanted, that's it. It's what you wanted, right? You know, told on everyone to get there, Holmes. Stay there, you know, because this is a dangerous place on this YouTube. Yarda. You know what I mean? And shit happens over here. And it just, you know, exposes the misdeeds and the credence of the earth. You know, like that, and that's just what it is. Anyways, with that being said, gente, I hope that you guys move with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. Gotta get up, I said you gotta get going. I'm gonna see some friends of mine. Friends of mine, that's not, right? She gets down. Anyways, with that being said, do your thing, man. I'm going to continue to do mine. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe one time. Come fuck with Gunners Profiles and Gunners Collective. Don't forget it. I said it. Fill me up with unleaded. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge you definitely can't get in college over there as well as here. If you don't like me, if you think I'm a J-Cat, if you're like, fuck you, Gun, then hit me with the thumbs down. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. It's all for the algorithm. You already know what it is, man. We're going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people, the unity of the raza. And I will be bringing you that Hood News 101. We're going to get back to profiling and styling over here. Woo! Like Ric Flair. That's it. You know what I mean? We're going to get back at it like a smack at it because that's what I do. The gun. Bang, bang. Fuck you, Boxer Enriquez. Stay over there and fucking the South Pole, see?